Color. In this picture, how many different colors do you see? Can you name them? Well, from the left, there are green, yellow, red, blue, and violet. I guess you can name many more, especially if you have a good sense for color. Color is the human visual perception. That means we define the color as we sense or as we feel. Long time ago, when we lived in the forest, one second. In Malay Indonesian language, people is orang and the forest is utan. Altogether, people in the forest is orang utan. So, when we were orang utan, what we may have seen in the daily life is maybe something like this. Then we may have given the color name as red and green. Maybe these are the first colors we perceived and we described. So red and green. When autumn comes, we may see some other colors, something like this. So we can add yellow to red and green. So at least now we have three colors. Here in this picture, how many different colors do you see? You may say green and blue, right? Now let's think. How many color description in Korean language? I mean, pure Korean originated language. We have a red, 빨갛다, 빨가스름하다, 불그레하다. They sound like different, but basically they are from same origin of 빨갛다. How about yellow? 노랗다, 노르스름하다, 노리끼리하다. So yes, we do. How about blue? You may say 푸르다, 파랗다. Maybe we do have. Do we have other color description in our language? How about green? Would you say 녹색? 녹색 is a Korean language? No, it's from Chinese. It's a nok color. It's not original Korean language. Do we really have description for 녹색? No. But Chinese has a 청 and 녹, which we interpret into blue and green. By the way, 청 is really blue color? How about this frog's color? It's a green color, right? Then do we call this frog as 녹개구리? No, we call 청개구리, right? One second. 청 is blue, right? But this is a 녹. What's going on? How about this case? The color of this vegetable is again, that's a green color, definitely. Then do we call this 녹과물? No, we say 청과물. Something wrong, right? How about this? This color, when I was young, we call this 파란불. But these days, maybe people started to call this is a 녹색 신호등 or sometimes a 푸른 신호등. So it seems like the green and blue in Chinese language, it has a 청. 청 sometimes means blue or sometimes it means green or sometimes it's somewhere in between like a 청록색. That's a 청 color. Same problem we do have. So in Korean language, when we say 푸르다, sometimes it means green or sometimes it means blue. Very interestingly, same problem in Japanese language too. Japanese word aoi is also sometimes means green, sometimes blue, or sometimes in between. This kind of a problem is discovered in almost every languages. The languages has mixed mixed description between green and blue. So to match this problem, now some linguistic other people they suggested even in English in between green and blue, how about we call such a description as a groove? It's quite interesting, isn't it? What is a color scientifically? Color is a human visual perception. That means our brain senses something as a color. Then, what do we sense? Color sensing is for visible light, and visible light is a small portion of electromagnetic wave. Electromagnetic wave can be very short wave or it can be very long wavelengths of the wave. And very short one, it starts from a gamma ray and then it gets longer and longer to become X-ray and ultraviolet, and it enters visible light range. If it becomes even longer, it becomes infrared and microwave and radio wave. All the electromagnetic wave has a common factor. It's the speed. And the speed from shorter and stronger energy one to longer and weaker energy, it has the same speed and the speed of light. And visible light is the wavelength range is from 400 nanometer to about a little above 700 nanometer range. This range of light or this range of electromagnetic wave our eye can sense, and the color is defined by the different wavelengths of this light. Our eyes has light sensing cells, and one type of cells we call rod cells, and a lot of rod cells here, they can sense the light. So these rod cells are mainly responsible for the sensitive sensing of light. And we have a smaller number, but another type of cells, so-called cone cells. And these cone cells are responsible for different wavelengths recognition. That means the different color sensing in our eyes. We have three different kinds of cone cells, blue and green and red. And these three kinds of cone cells recognize different wavelengths of visible light. And by combining those patterns, we make or we perceive different colors. Now, representing these three colors, we call RGB, which is very similar to computer screen color code. In this picture, we see this bull fighter is using this red curtain. The purpose of red curtain maybe is to stimulate the bull. The red is the color of blood. But interesting point here is the bull actually cannot see the color. This is seen to the bull. It maybe looks like this. Then what's the purpose of this red color? So it's not for stimulating the bull. Actually, it is stimulating the people that watching this game. So this means the ability to see different colors is not universal ability given to every animals. It's kind of a privilege and uh, it's given to the human and also very close the cousins like a chimpanzee or gorillas, even far relatives of other monkeys, they cannot see three colors. I was a little exaggerating. The bull is not recognizing the color, but actually bull can see two colors. The same thing for the dogs.